Hello viewers, you're watching AMN English. This is our program, Diplomatic Corner. Today I'm sitting with Dr. Taye Tolera, a Senior Program Director at Big Win Philanthropy. It is a foundation based in London, UK. We're going to talk about early childhood development in Addis Ababa and the children and the youth in the continent Africa. Stay with us. Well, Doctor, welcome to the program. I really thank you for your time.
Thank you, Anas, for having me.
So let's start with a very simple question. Since you live in the UK, can you tell us something about how the UK citizens perceive Ethiopia and Ethiopians?
Of course, different people perceive the country differently, but the overall majority, I think the overwhelming majority understands the development trajectory, the economic trajectory of the country, and especially the sort of the activities that are ongoing to redevelop the city, Addis Ababa and other smaller cities is much appreciated. People who know the redevelopment actually appreciate the ongoing activities, the ongoing development. From Big Win perspective, we work with government, we work with government leaders, and we understand the progress the government is making in all fronts, especially in development. Of course, we work in early childhood development, in education, in nutrition, and job creation. So in all those fronts, the government is making a very, very big progress. And we are very, very happy to collaborate with the government. We are happy to work, rally behind the vision of the government, behind the goal, the transformative goal the leaders have set. So as Big Win, we are very happy to work with the government of Ethiopia.
Some African mayors, including representatives from global organizations, came here to Addis Ababa, and you are part of the delegation, and just you toured the city and just saw a lot of initiatives, particularly playgrounds for children. These activities show that the city administration has been exerting efforts on children. My question is, why those African mayors and representatives came here?
It's actually a very important question. So many African countries have their own programs, be it in nutrition, multi-sectoral nutrition program, or holistic early childhood development program. The unique feature of Addis Ababa Early Childhood Development Program, or the future hope of Addis ECD program, is it's sort of it's implemented across the government, and also it's supported by the community. If you take one child, first from antenatal care during pregnancy, the touch point is the health sector, and then throughout up to 3 years of age, then they come to health centers for immunization, for treatment, and then they sort of are exposed to parental counseling, responsive parenting, but also the children sort of have play corners in the health sector to sort of get early learning opportunities, to practice learn through play. but that particular child actually have the opportunity also to go to, for instance, playgrounds, play on weekends, outside of, yeah, yeah, when they are not in the daycare center or when they are not at home, they have, they have access to playgrounds. And then when these children are 4 years of 4 years, then they will be accessing pre-primary school education. So what is unique for Addis Ababa ECD program is all structures are available. It's holistic, it's implemented by multiple sectors, and it's also integrated, and the mayor and the leadership of the city administration have up close oversight of the program. So that is why some of these countries, for instance, people came from Tanzania, Zanzibar, from Zambia, all the way from Sierra Leone, for instance, and also, yeah, and also from Kenya. So they really want to see how Addis Ababa has implemented holistic early childhood development, which includes the health, the social protection, education, and also learn through play, and of course school feeding and supplementary feeding. Everything is very comprehensive, and this is a very good model to emulate for other countries as well. So that is why they really wanted to see the program, and they wanted to discuss with the leaders. Most importantly, they wanted to visit some of these sites, some of these interventions. For instance, they met parental coaches. They went to households, and they sort of understood how parents are exercising, or how parents are practicing responsive parenting, whether the child is young, 0 to 3 years of age, or older child, 3 to 6 years of age. So that's around health. Also, they went to pre-primary school. Pre-primary schools. The pre-primary schools are transformed because they are actually practicing play-based learning. Not really the traditional classroom learning. So, and also they have seen some playgrounds that were developed based on scientific evidence that they could contribute to children's milestones development, and daycare centers. Especially what the city administration did as a quick win is they actually established daycare centers in all public organizations, public institutions. It's called employer supported daycare center. So this is very, very important because civil servants can actually send their children to these daycare centers. They will be more engaged in work, productivity will increase, but most importantly, the children will have the opportunity to learn early and to sort of interact with caregivers. So the main reason that these leaders from African countries came to see the future of hope at this ECD program is to actually understand how Mayor Adanich deployed all these very, very important interventions, initiatives. How did she resource it? Who are the critical stakeholders? Who is the key team to actually sort of drive the implementation? And how does the city administration sort of track the progress, monitor the implementation? So this will give other countries to actually benchmark some good programs and sort of contextualize their own program based on Addis ECD program. So I think they found it very useful, and they were really excited to sort of design some similar program, but in their own context.
That other parts of the world have these kinds of early child development programs. It's just in Africa where early childhood is a focus on education. And so Ethiopia has been able to pick from other parts of the world and contextualize it for itself. And if you really look at, I mean, we might have different languages, but if we really look at our culture, it's more or less the same. And so we can actually be able to borrow a lot from each other.
We understand that what we're seeing today is not only an economic investment in the future, but we're also seeing how we're going to create healthier, more prosperous, more successful, smarter children that are going to become adults, that are going to better lead, again, not only Addis, Ethiopia, but also all of Africa.
I think the mayor has done an exceptional job in making sure that she leads from the front, and like the people who used to go to battle the kings who used to go to battle when our ancestors were here, they led from the front. They didn't send somebody, they went themselves. And I think that's what the mayor has done here, been very intentional about ensuring that there's attention to the program, that there's funding to the program, that it has become a priority rather than just something that's passed on from the side. So I think it's very impressive what the mayor has done here. I hope when we go back home, we'll be able to, impact our mayors as well and our governors to do the same thing.
I've really enjoyed from this process is that, first of all, the mayor's office was so willing to learn from other countries, to see what could be built on, so the knowledge that could be built on. In fact, the mayor's office had a delegation come to South Africa to visit the Unlimited Child about a year ago, and they were so happy to learn, but then came back to Addis and actually grew on that knowledge and made it even better, as well as making then sure that they were going to invite other countries to be a part of the solution as well. So it was almost a domino effect.
The programs that have initiated here in Ethiopia, we say is a benchmark for most of African countries to come and to learn and to see how things can be done with limited resources. But when you are well organized and you have a political commitment, it is possible to be done, which is impossible to be done.
I can say one of the things I have observed is actually Addis Ababa and Ethiopia is very much committed to providing quality services to the early childhood development. And that is very, very remarkable, because we have seen even the health center is well coordinated. The health workers are very well informed, they are very well motivated, and the services that are being provided are very well coordinated and they are very clear. That's one. But second is the environment. The environment where these services are being provided, especially in the health centers, are very child user friendly.
The lessons that we've learned from the experience here in Addis Ababa, which now is based on the strategic planning and of course the political will, which has to be invested on highly, is definitely something that we can learn from.
Yeah, well, Doctor, others, if it attracts the attention of Africans, the attention of international communities this much, I think it plays a great role in diplomacy, in the diplomacy of the country. Does it?
Yes, of course. I mean, I'm Ethiopian, I'm happy that, our sisters and brothers in Africa actually want to sort of learn something from Ethiopia. And they genuinely believe that what Ethiopia is doing is really good. And they really want to sort of adapt some of these programs and some of these interventions to their own settings. In terms of the diplomatic importance of the visit, definitely there is no question, because this is about Ethiopia, this is about Addis Ababa, this is about having like children having better future for themselves and also for our country. So all this will add up to make like, I mean, of course, Ethiopia is making very, very good progress in terms of economy, in terms of social development, and also in other aspects. And the role of this visit is also big to sort of place Ethiopia, I mean, to make Ethiopia one of the best destinations for development. So that's actually part of the diplomacy as well.
I know you visited the Adwa Victory Memorial. So what is your impression about the memorial? And just you have a little touch to the corridor development programs. Addis Ababa is just being transformed to be a better city. So how do you see the memorial particularly?
Yeah, I mean, Adwa is really different. It's really unique. I mean, from historical point of view, having Africa Victory Hall, I mean, at the heart of Addis is very, very good. I was really happy to see Adwa. That is historically very, very important, but also, having this conference halls, meeting halls, multi-purpose meeting halls, and some of these facilities are really, really important, and that is some of the things we need. Africa is, Addis Ababa is the capital of Africa, the capital of Ethiopia. So, you need some of these like leading edge facilities like Adwa to sort of host big conferences, important conferences, where people from Ethiopia, also from African continent, come and attend. So I was so happy to see Adwa. That was my first time. But in general, I sort of take a tour around the city, and the redevelopment, the green initiative, the green legacy initiative, what's really being carried out in Addis is very encouraging. It's about building the city for the future. It's about creating better opportunities for our children, for our people. So I think it's really very, very, I was so happy to see some of these things. So I think once this sort of redevelopment is completed, once the pedestrian lanes or bike lanes are completed, we will see, we will be able to see a different Addis Ababa, which makes me very happy, and I'm sure most people are happy about the development, about the corridor development as well. But in general, the sort of the city is very vibrant, and you see a lot of activities, a lot of constructions, a lot of things, and that's actually really good to see. Yeah.
Dr. Taye, I really thank you.
Thank you very much, Jonas. Thank you.
Well, everyone, that was Dr. Taye Tolora, Senior Program Director at Big Win Philanthropy. Until we meet you next week with another guest, have a wonderful time.